This is 41 Today on 41 NBC.
Welcome back. We have Superintendent of the Bibb County School District, Dr. Dan Sims, joining us today. Thank you for being here.
It's great to be here. It's good to see you again.
Well, I'm glad to have you here. I want to talk about attendance. I have seen it on your Facebook Lives, on your post. You're seeing a decrease on Mondays and Fridays specifically. What's going on in the district?
Yeah, so there's about a 12 to 1,500 student difference on those Mondays and Fridays. And we've tried to really crack that egg to see what's going on. The pattern has existed from the beginning of the school year. And I will say in the midst of that going on, the problem that I have is that students are missing critical instruction from some dedicated educators. And what I see going on is just a tremendous push to educate all of our students and give them the best Monday through Friday, every single day.
You need to go to school every day.
So of course, as a result of that, what we see is a significant amount of students missing some great educational learning opportunities. And we just don't want that to continue to happen. Our educators are working really hard. We do a lot to try to account for absences and make phone calls and establish groups and support around our students to make sure that they're coming to school, and especially our families, to see if there are any barriers. But even in the midst of all of that, we still have a population who are missing school consistently, and especially on those days.
Wow. And that is quite a number, 12 to 1,500 students. I guess my question is, you know, when you see these absences specifically on those 2 days, I think the question we all ask is, okay, you know, what's the harm in it? What are they really missing? And so I have to ask from your perspective, for those parents watching, what are those kids missing when they don't have their kids go to school on Mondays and Fridays? How does that impact them?
Yeah, listen, so I was actually in a classroom today for 10 minutes, a biology classroom. I learned so much in those 10 minutes in that biology classroom. Now you multiply that by 8 hours or 7 hours in an instructional day times 2 days out of a week. That's 14 hours of missed instruction, missed opportunities for students to be around other students with their teacher, facilitating the learning process.
And then that impacts them for testing as well.
It starts to create gaps in learning, because what will happen is, hypothetically, a student is absent on a Monday, they come in Tuesday, they have to, we're starting on Tuesday's learning, but you missed Monday's learning. And learning is a continuous process. So to have any gap in one's journey towards learning is always going to be an issue. So at the end of the day, students are missing significant learning when they're not at school. There's no way around it.
And we do need those kids to go to school now. Like Dr. Sims says, that is 12 to 1,500 kiddos not going to school on those Mondays and Fridays. What we're seeing
12 to 1,500 students more than the ones who are missing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That is absolutely insane. And so for those kiddos, what do you want to tell them? Why should they be going to school? So
first, I want to tell my families, I understand the whole 3-day weekend deal. These are kids; they don't need a 3-day weekend.
Right, they're okay.
They're okay. So let's please not treat Mondays and Fridays, because they're right next to a weekend, as this additional day for students to miss something that I feel is more important, and that is the learning process. And I want every student to know that you're missing learning that can help you not only be successful on our Georgia milestones, but it might be that day, that moment, that lesson that might be the one that changes the rest of your life. Like I think about my own life. I can think of moments, a day I was at school and a thing that was said.
It changes your trajectory.
And that shifted my whole trajectory. And if I was absent on that day, I might not be sitting in this seat right now. I can give you examples. And I don't want any student to miss whatever that moment is, whenever that moment is destined to come in their lives. We don't know what day it's going to be. So let's make sure we take advantage of every single day of an opportunity to learn and be present, barring emergencies and barring health-related issues. We understand that. But if those aren't happening, school should be happening.
That's right. School should be happening. Now, stay with us. We are going to have a second portion of this interview in the second half of our show. We're going to be talking to parents about what you can be doing in the community on how you could support Dr. Sims and the district and get those kiddos to school. Stay with us.